Hi everyone, my name is Emma and I am one of the volunteer piano teachers with Montreal Heart of the City Piano Program. In today's lesson, we will be reviewing rhythms. You do not need a piano to follow along with this lesson. Let's get started. Let's do a quick review of our first lesson we learned on rhythms. Note how we are in the treble clef. Pause the video and try and remember the significance of these numbers. This is called our time signature. Here we see that in every measure or bar of music, we will have the equivalent of 4 quarter notes. As we review the different types of notes, try and pause in between and recall the name and value of the note. Let's start with this oval one here. This is a whole note, worth 4 beats. Clapped, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. What about these 4 colored notes? These are quarter notes, worth 1 beat. Clapped, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you remember these 2 notes? These are half notes, worth 2 beats. Clapped, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally, we have these notes. They are eighth notes, worth half a beat. Clapped, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. These plus signs symbolize the and. Remember that these eighth notes can either be stemmed, like they are here, or if they're written by themselves, they can also have a flag, like so. Now, what happens in a piece of music if you want no sound to be played? Then we have rests. Similar to notes, we have many different kinds of rests that each have their own value. First, we have our whole note rest, worth 4 beats, similar to our whole note. Next, we have our quarter note rest, worth 1 beat, similar to the quarter note. Here, we have a half note rest, which is worth 2 beats, similar to the half note. Finally, we have an eighth note rest, worth half a beat, the same as an eighth note. So if you can remember all of your note values and names, the rests will be easy to memorize. You'll notice that these 2 rests look pretty similar. A good way to distinguish between them is remember that this one is on the 4th line of your staff, whereas this one is only on the 3rd. And this one is worth 4 beats since it is on the 4th line. You'll also notice that the quarter note rest is kind of tricky to draw. Don't worry if yours isn't perfect. Mine definitely isn't. Now that you are able to name all of the rests and notes, let's try counting them in rhythms. Here we are in 4/4 time signature, so we can expect to see 4 beats in every measure. Let's start here. Try and count along with me. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Over here, for our quarter note, we have 1 and for our 2 quarter note rests, we have 2 and 3 and here for our 8th note rests, we have 4 and. Let's look at these examples. We are still in 4/4 time signature. Here, for this half note, we have 1 and 2 and. For these rests, we have 3 and for this quarter note, we have 4 and. And our last example here, for our 8th note, we have 1, and for our 8th note rest, we have and. For the quarter note, 2 and a second quarter note, 3 and lastly, we have 4 for our 8th note, and the and for the 8th note rest. For additional practice, you can see the worksheet linked in the description below. That concludes this lesson on reviewing rhythms. Thank you for watching, and feel free to comment below any questions you have on the material. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next time!